Okay, this is what it takes to produce high quality videos.
It's filming right now?
Yeah, we gotta get ready.
Oh, yeah. I'm clearing my pockets.
Alright.
So I'm like...
I was putting away my flashlight.
Well, I saw you reaching in there, so I figured I should do something. And I'm like, I'll clear my pockets so I have a little extra mobility.
Alright, I see you, but I don't see it. It hasn't captured your face. Maybe move a little bit. No, move this way a little bit maybe. Alright, well, we'll see what happens. Alright.
Capture me.
Alright.
Alright. Nice slurping noises.
Water.
That is water. You're very astute, Keith.
Brings us to Aquaman. We don't know if you can actually see this because in our little monitor you can't.
Yeah, it's like a white blur.
But it's actually Aquaman.
He's holding this trident.
Holding his trident. He's got the screen and his gold stuff on.
Yeah.
We recently attended a screening, or as some people would say, we went to the movies and saw Aquaman. We were late. We were late because it was Christmas Day. And on Christmas Day, Mom and Rick and I, at least Dad, Mom, and Rick and I, we always have prime rib, and it just took longer to cook when we get started. We don't normally go to movies on Christmas Day, but maybe we will in the future, now that we know. So
a lot of people go. The theater
was prime rib.
Full.
I wasn't going to leave before eating it, and so we didn't have a lot of time. I was late.
Got to my house by about 3:50.
But we had reserved the tickets. You know,
the show
reserved
started
seatings.
at 4.
Yep, there was reserved seating, so it didn't matter. We just walked in when we got there.
Mm-hmm.
Got the tickets. Jadon proceeded to the theater. Not that he needed to, but then he could tell me what we were missing.
Yep.
Then I got the drinks, 2 large cherry ices, free refills on the large drinks. So that's why
always got to get large.
That's why we got that. And then I went in, and when I went in,
well, I'll say what happened when I entered first, since we have to follow the chronological order.
Well, yeah, but we don't want to give away spoilers yet. We will say just in general.
Well, no, we're gonna title this video "Spoilers."
We will,
bracket, so they know coming in.
But we want to say that first, we liked it.
Mm-hmm.
We both thought it was very good. Probably one of the better DC,
if not like the
best DC universe so far.
Although that's not saying a whole lot.
Yeah.
Well, this is modern DC.
See, I've watched Wonder Woman. I've watched Wonder Woman multiple times. I've watched Justice League multiple times even. So there's that. That was Rick leaving his room.
Close the door.
And we're gonna close the door. It's not gonna really affect anything.
Well, it has better audio a little bit. Maybe. Because we're in a closed system.
Yes, a closed room.
Uh-huh.
Closed audio loop. So, I've watched all of the current DCEU stuff.
And we don't think any of them are, like, bad. They're all decent movies that you enjoy them. They might not be great movies.
They're not Marvel.
Yeah, they're not up to that same standard.
But it was good.
Aquaman was getting pretty close.
It was good, and I would recommend you go see it.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
It's good on the big screen. I would imagine it'd be good on the little screen, too. So, we approve. Go see it. The acting was fairly good.
The writing was kind of iffy. There was some dialogue that was, like, pretty poor. But the fight scenes, the CGI was great. I'd say that's on the level of a Marvel movie, if not above. Some of their CGI was really good.
I will say that I thought Amber Heard was a little wooden. She didn't really emote very much. But maybe that's what her character is supposed to do. I will admit that I am familiar with the Justice League. I saw the the heck was the name of that movie?
What are you talking about?
Dawn of Justice.
What movie? The
Justice League.
It was just Justice League.
Okay, there you go. Just the Justice League.
Yeah.
I saw that, and I saw their Aquaman in that, and I've seen some of the cartoons, Wonder Twin Powers. But Aquaman was never one of my main characters that I followed. So
He was always kind of goofy, I'd say. Although later on they did have some pretty cool storylines. Like his arm got like cut off, and he had a golden harpoon on it. That's comics. Doesn't really. That's not about the movie. No, but
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So I thought it was very good. The acting, some of it was a little iffy. Overall, it was a good story. It was action packed. It kept moving, and yeah.
Okay. Now we're gonna get into spoilers
We're
here.
getting into spoilers. Yeah.
So I arrived late. I missed all of the previews, and when I got in there, Nicole Kidman and Jango Fett, I didn't see them meet, but they were holding baby Jason Momoa, baby Aquaman. So.
Baby Jason.
Baby Jason. Yeah, that's what happened. Arthur. Yeah, Arthur Curry, like the fish.
Yes.
Yep.
So and then I walked in. Whoever her husband was back in Underwater World had sent bad guys to make her come home, and she kicked their butts. That's what I saw.
Mm.
She more than kicked her butt. She violently.
Yeah, she kind of killed.
She violently ended them.
That wasn't very nice. They were just doing their job.
Exactly,
I mean,
but they did threaten her and her family.
Well, did they?
Yeah, I
Well,
thought
did they?
so. But then she decides to go back. She kicks her butt, and then she goes back. So,
Yeah, I know. She could have just gone back right then and there, so she didn't have to do that. But you know,
Yeah.
it's a comic book movie.
If
It's
she's
a
gonna
comic
go
book movie.
back, go back. But
I guess she wanted to say her goodbyes before.
yeah, and she kicked butt, so you know.
She was a little angry. She just wanted to let off a little steam, I guess.
And then we see Arthur, kind of like grown up.
Well, they have a kid stage first,
Well,
which was kind of unnecessary.
They
for
kind
30
of bop
seconds.
back and forth in the kid stage.
Well, no, they had a very kid stage. They had when he was going to the aquarium
Yeah.
for like 30
If
seconds.
you've seen the trailer, you saw that.
Yeah, it was the same.
Same
Scene.
thing. He talks to the fishies.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, they show some training that he got from, what's his name? From
Norman Osborn.
From Norman Osborn, or the Green Goblin, if you don't know who Norman Osborn is. I think his real name is Willem Dafoe.
Is that?
But
Okay.
we'll just refer to him as Norman Osborn.
Yeah, I get him confused with Steve Buscemi. I don't know why.
Steve Buscemi?
Yeah. They look.
He's
really
a funny
similar.
looking guy.
They're both funny looking
Have you ever
guys.
seen Fargo?
I have not seen Fargo.
Oh. You're funny looking guys. Anyways, that's Steve Buscemi and.
I assume.
Okay. Where were we?
Oh,
Aquaman.
yes.
So yeah, he grows up, and he like boards this submarine because his pirate was like stealing a submarine.
Who I thought was Kevin Hart 100% when he took his helmet off. I don't know why he looked exactly like Kevin Hart when he was,
He was
down
tall.
Yeah, that's a thing.
It didn't look like
That's why
Kevin
I'm
Hart
like,
to me.
is he wearing stilts?
It didn't look like Kevin Hart to me,
He
and I
really
never
did
thought
in the
it
beginning,
was.
But
So there you go. They were trying to steal the submarine. They killed the Russian captain. They killed the crew. The rest of the crew had locked themselves safely in the forward torpedo room. And if anybody remembers the Kursk, I don't know if that was the best choice to make. I had some trouble with the submarine stuff, but that's
what
just,
model of submarine was
it looked to me to be like, it was definitely, I identified it correctly from the outside as a Russian submarine.
Yeah, he did.
And I think it was an Akula. I could have been wrong, could have been a Victor, but I think it was an Akula. Anyways, they boarded it. I don't know how. Well, we learned later that they stole a U.S. experimental stealth submarine, and that's how they were able to board the thing. Mm-hmm. But Arthur, or Baby Jason, no, not Baby Jason. He's all grown up Jason.
Yeah, no, he's Big Boy Jason.
Big Boy Arthur.
Uh-huh.
He played Conan too. And I like that Conan movie too. I thought
He did?
that was, yes, he did. We'll watch that.
Okay.
We'll add that to our repertoire.
I thought like Arnold Schwarzenegger played Conan.
Arnold Schwarzenegger did play Conan back in the 80s, but Jason Momoa played him, I don't know, 5-6 years ago.
I was not aware of that. I know he was Khal Drogo in Game of Thrones. I've never seen that, but I read the first few books.
I've never seen Game of Thrones. I don't even know that he was in it.
He was, yes. That was his big breakout role, I think.
No, his big breakout role was Stargate. Interestingly enough,
He was in
his big breakout role was in Stargate Atlantis.
Hey, oh.
Okay, are we seeing something here?
Yeah.
I think so. So anyways, he showed up and he rescued the crew. I don't know why they left the submarine.
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense to me. But he rescued the crew.
That really didn't.
Why didn't the crew just take over the submarine?
I have
Why
no
didn't
idea.
Why didn't he get the bad guys off?
I didn't even think about that. Made no sense whatsoever.
It made no sense whatsoever.
No.
And okay, the lead pirate guy.
Black
his-
Mamba, I think.
Well,
Kevin Hart.
Black Manta is.
It's
what-
Manta.
Yes.
I thought it was Mamba.
No, Black
Like the
Manta
snake.
as
Oh,
in manta ray,
Oh!
as in an aquatic.
that makes more sense. That was okay. That's
I'm
why
gonna
you
drink some water.
named that.
Calm myself down.
Okay. Yep. It was some interesting character exposition with his talking about his grandfather that
Yes.
felt a little bit forced.
Yeah,
They kind of just did that
didn't need
just
to
so he
do it.
got his name in there. It was
Yeah.
like, they could have done another way.
But anyways, he and Aquaman fought in the torpedo room. Dad showed up and shot
Bigger,
Aquaman.
blacker Manta.
Manta.
Manta. Showed up. I thought they were saying Mamba the whole time.
No. That is Kill Bill.
Mm.
Okay.
I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah.
My education was lacking.
Yes, and it would have been lacking for a little while. Anyways, big fight scene. Dad Manta shoots Aquaman with a grenade out of his M4 with
Which hurt him
grenade
pretty
launcher,
good.
which knocked him against the wall.
At least knocked the air out of him.
and which it would have killed his son if it had gone off that close to his son.
Yeah.
But it didn't. And, threw Aquaman against the wall and down, and they thought they'd killed him, and yes, we win! And then he stood up.
Is that all you got? I don't remember.
I don't think he
actually.
said he didn't say.
He probably said something like that. That tickled.
I don't think
I
so.
don't remember.
No, he said, ow.
Ow.
That's what he said, ow.
Ow. Okay.
And then he proceeded to kick both their butts. And in the ensuing fight, they broke a torpedo. I don't know how. They broke a torpedo in the bottom.
Well, he shot the big boy grenade at him, and Arthur dodged.
I don't think he shot another.
Yeah, he did. He
doesn't
shot
matter.
another grenade.
The grenade
He
broke in
dodged.
half. Why would it break in half and not explode? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it landed on Dad, and then the ship started, or that compartment started flooding for some reason. Why did it start flooding?
Because he threw the grenade and blew a hole in the wall, and also knocked the torpedo down.
Okay, maybe that's what.
Yeah, but he wasn't believing me. But yeah, that's what happened.
So anyways,
Arthur dodged.
Arthur dodged. Anyways, Dad's stuck on the torpedo. Arthur starts leaving. Manta goes, "You can't leave my dad like this. You have to save him." And Arthur looks back and says, "You've killed innocent people.
You expect mercy now?
Yeah, you expect mercy." And he said, "Let the ocean decide your fate." Well, Dad didn't make it, so that made Manta very upset.
He was a sad boy.
So he left. And ended up giving the submarine to the Atlanteans.
He did?
Yes, because that was the submarine. Next we see the Atlanteans meeting, and Arthur's brother, King Orm, is meeting with Dolph Lundgren, who's played the Punisher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we got at least 2 Marvel characters in there. We got the Green Goblin, we got the Punisher.
Yeah, he's one of the many Punishers. So,
Like
he's
small
like
Punishers?
trying to convince. No.
He was a small one?
No.
He was the mini Punisher?
No.
Okay.
Many.
Yeah, no, I
M-A-N-Y.
got it.
Anyways, now you've lost my train of thought. This is the most disjointed review we've ever done.
Well, we've never really done very many
Right,
reviews before,
so-
so trial run.
Yeah, anyways, trying to convince Dolph Lundgren to join them because they want to attack the surface because they're polluting the oceans. And
Which they find out that Dolph Lundgren knew the setup was all like fake to begin with.
But the submarine that Arthur rescued everybody from, instead
that
of
was
just
that one?
yes,
But there was a hole in it. And it was filling up with water.
basic submarine DC training. You go to the DC locker, you pull out the dang plugs, you pound them into the hole.
Well, yeah, but they got off that, and he got in his ship and drove away. They never did that. It sunk.
Well, maybe it sank, but it was enough for the Atlanteans to recover it and shoot a torpedo at them while they were having their meeting to make the guy think he'd just been attacked by the surface people.
Actually, did any of the Atlanteans besides Mira have like the water control? I just realized
I have
that.
no idea.
I don't think they did. That
It
was
seems
just her.
weird. She can control water.
And they never really talked about that.
No.
They're just like, oh, it's something she can do.
Yeah. Just a power.
You know.
Maybe it's in the comics. We don't know. We don't know much about the comics. So they got a submarine. They're gonna. Orm is gonna join together all the kingdoms. Well, the 4 remaining kingdoms of actual
Because I
sentient.
think there was 7 original, right?
Yes, there was 7
And one
versions.
became the crab. No, one became the trench, and then I guess the other 2 just died or something.
Well, one became the trench. The other one devolved. Well, yeah, that's the devolved the trench people.
Yeah.
The other one was the desert. And
Desert.
And they died because they lived in a desert instead of in the ocean.
Yeah.
So.
The water boys living in a desert.
So that's 2. Something happened to another one.
Yeah, I don't think they ever talked about it.
And
Because there was the fish people, there was the normal
fishermen.
people, there was the red-haired people, and then there was the... Oh, the crabs. The crabs.
Oh yeah, the crabs.
Yeah.
They were trying to join them all 4 together so that Orm could become Ocean Master.
Which is his title in the comics. So that's
Yes. And now, at this point, Mira decides she's going to go tell Arthur he has to come down and save the surface worlds, and she does. And he just like blows her off. And if you've seen the trailer, you know there's a scene where he's driving in a truck and this big wave tsunami comes with.
Our Aquaman just went bye-bye.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, no, something happened. You know what? It's fine.
It's fine. Oh.
It's-
there.
oh.
Oh. Okay.
These squiggly lines represent Mira's control over water and how flexible and
All that means
fluid
is
they
the
are.
screensaver kicked in.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright. So, you know, that's when he decided, because his dad was in the truck with him, and his dad like almost drowned.
But then Mira saved him.
Mira saved him. So, he goes to fight his brother, and they fight. But the Vizier, Green Goblin.
I always got like kind of.
I always
Vibes
thought he
from
was
that
a bad
sound
guy.
Yeah, me
and
too.
He may be a bad guy in further adventures. I
And
don't
like
know.
when he was getting onto the boat at the end with the soldiers, like the music stopped and it was like a tonal shift that seemed like he was like marching on them, about to attack them, and then all of a sudden everyone was chummy. It was odd.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Oh yeah, sorry.
He's the guy that trained Arthur in the ways of fighting with a trident.
Yeah, like the spinny water thing.
His big plan is to go find the trident of Atlantan. Atlan, the original king of Atlantis.
Yeah.
But Arthur just challenges Orm because they find out he's there and he's arrested. Blah blah. They have a meeting. He goads them into challenging him, and so they have a big fight. And it's pretty good. And they hold their own.
Mm-hmm.
But then, for some reason, Arthur just sits there holding his trident up, blocking.
I think he was too tired to do anything else. It
No,
was just
I
kinda
don't
like,
think so. But anyways,
and smacks it.
Orm breaks the trident, which happened to be his mother's trident.
Yeah, that's kind
And then he's looking at it. I think he would have fought on. But then Mira intervened, so we didn't really get to watch Arthur kick his butt at that point. Cause
I'm not sure that would have happened.
I think it would have.
I don't know about that.
And then they go looking for the trident. Okay, so there's a big fight.
And then they all of a sudden end up in the desert.
No, okay.
Oh, I left because I had to
Okay,
go
at
pee.
this point, Jadon had to go tinkle.
Yeah.
So he had to
I was
run to
very
the little
quick.
boys' room. He went very quickly, which is really weird because he usually spends like half an hour in the bathroom anytime he goes.
Well, I mean,
I've noticed that. It's really weird. Because you're like,
it's a nice
Where's
quiet
Jada?
area.
where's Jada? Anyways, to continue on, he left. Alright, so Arthur talks to a pod of whales, and one of them, he tells Mira, he says, this is something I learned from Pinocchio. And the whale opens up its mouth and they climb in and then they're hiding inside the whale.
Oh, so does the whale bring them to
The whale brings them to the coast of Africa.
Okay.
So they're at the Sahara, which is where they have to go find the forage and the deserter people who live in the desert. But they don't live in the desert because they're all dead. And they find their way there eventually. And they figure out they have to go to Italy next.
Yeah, the Italy parts. I mean, when they actually got into the fight, that was cool.
Yeah.
But it was so.
It was like Mira's first real time
They
standing
ate
on
some flowers.
on the surface. Yeah, somebody handed her some flowers and she smelled them. She thought, oh, these are so nice. And then she saw people eating, so she started eating the flowers.
And then she gave one to Jason
And
Momoa.
then he ate the flower too. I don't know. So
That part was just.
and
kind of
then a
bad
little
for me.
girl. He gave her a coin. He gave Mira a coin to throw in the wishing well, and she gave it to a little girl who threw the coin in, and then because she can manipulate water, she made little dolphins and stuff out of water that were jumping around in the pool. And to reward her, the little girl brings her a book of Pinocchio, and then she learns that Pinocchio, and she tells Arthur, you learned that from a fictional children's book? And he said, it's a book?
Yeah, I didn't realize that either. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was.
Okay.
I thought it was just the movie.
This saddens me. Okay, anyways, yes, and that's what Arthur said. He said, oh, it's a book? I thought it was just a movie.
Yeah.
So
I feel that though. How is that a very old book or?
yes. Anyways, they find they have the bottle that they recovered from the place in the desert, and they use that. He uses his knowledge of Roman history to determine which of the statues is a true king. Now,
Yeah, that was kind of.
now the thing about this is, all these people in this ring, this would have been from 2,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're telling me the original king of Atlantis, no, it wasn't 2,000 years ago, it was much longer ago than that.
Oh, but he was alive way long ago. This was like way. This
That's
was before
right, that's what
human
I'm saying.
civilization.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's true.
How
would
would he have
about that.
known, how would he have put the thing,
Because they had enough time for them all to like evolve. Although it might have been sped up because of the magic of the trident or something, sped up their evolutionary
'cause
process.
the other Roman generals that he was talking about were, 2,000, maybe 2,500 years ago.
Yeah.
Not that long. Not as long as you would think it should have been.
No.
And how would he have known that those statues were even there? So that was kind of a, alright.
That was not.
But they put the bottle in the guy's hand and they looked through his head. How did they know that the back of the head was going to be missing? They looked through his head.
Wait, what do
his
you mean?
eye.
How do they know that?
Well, they put his hand was up like this, and they put the bottle
Uh-huh.
in his hand, and so he was looking through it like a telescope. And then they looked through the back of the head to see through the bottle.
Yep.
How did they know the back? How did it?
It might have been designed like that.
Yeah.
Well, Alan probably made them. He commissioned those. He's like, oh, I'll put this here, put this here, and cut out the
Cut
guy's
out
back,
the back of the guy's head.
Well, so you can take
So-
the face in there.
So that might have been a plot hole. Okay. And then they figured out, okay, they looked through the bottle, they found out where they were supposed to go, and then they got attacked by
Black
Manta.
Manta Ray.
Orm, after the battle, had sent him to find Arthur because he could kill Arthur and Mera, but Mera's dad, the other king, Dolph Lundgren, the Punisher, he didn't want him. He didn't want his daughter killed.
He was fine with Jason.
Yeah,
Momoa
Jason.
killed.
Yeah,
Oh.
kill baby Jason,
Kill baby Jason.
but not his daughter. So Manta is fighting Aquaman, and the other Atlanteans chase down Mera, because Orm had gone to Manta and given him Atlantean technology.
I'm thinking that they talked about the highborn people being like able to breathe air.
Yes.
I'm thinking they have to be stronger than normal Atlanteans too, because they didn't talk about that. But like she was just dismantling trained soldiers like with weapons, and what's her name? Nicole Kidman was like beating up all those people, and same with.
Well, she
Jason
would
Momoa.
like break their helmets, and then they couldn't breathe.
So I mean, there has to be a level of skill there, but also I think they're just better physically, maybe.
Could be.
Than them.
Could be. I don't know
Oh.
technicalities. So big fight. Jason eventually beats the snot out of Black Manta.
Yeah, he like
And then
throws
he,
a ball and chain,
yes, there's
explodes
like
his head.
this two stone balls on the end of the chain, and he throws them, and they go and they wrap around his neck, and they come right in front of his face as he's shooting his laser beam eyes.
So you
So it
think
explodes right in
he
front of
would
his face.
die from that?
Now, I told him,
Okay, the fall.
because you see him get flown out, and then he like lands on this cliff, and then he falls down this cliff thousands of feet.
Yeah.
And then you're like at the bottom. And I said he survived that because he was in Atlantean
But his
armor.
head exploded.
All there was a little break in the helmet, and he had a similar occurrence when he was testing the equipment.
Yeah.
And then he said, I need a bigger helmet to keep the eyes further apart. That's why he
Wait,
survived.
so are the eyes like this far apart? How does he see through it actually? Because it's like this big, the eyes are this far apart. He has
He
to
survived.
look through those.
He
He's
survived.
like, they're,
Aquaman's unconscious. The next
Maybe
thing
that's why
happens,
he
he
was.
wakes up there at sea, and he asked Mera if she stole the boat, and she said they're not free for anyone to use. And he says no.
She was
But-
playing the flute, I think. That's what it
And at that time, interestingly enough, they were in Italy. Now they're at the trench. I assume they mean the Marianas Trench. I have no idea. And they get,
Oh, that's probably, yeah, I didn't even think
and that's
about
quite a ways away from Italy.
that. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
But they were going there.
Anyways.
She could probably use her water to like push it.
Oh yeah,
to go
water power.
faster.
It's like Dash pushing Violet in The Incredibles.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie.
Excellent.
Cool.
Good. You know that reference.
I understand that reference.
Alright, so they get there, the devolved ones, they used to be Atlanteans, now they're devolved into just like fishy
You
things.
kind of wonder why.
Yeah. I think they're intelligent. Arthur never tried talking to them. He should have. Anyways, they determined since they're from the deep
Well, he must.
and they
have.
got really big eyes
I don't know.
that they're sensitive to light, so they like light flares.
He controlled them. He
No.
went inside their minds. Yeah, with the
Really?
trident. Yeah, when he came back on the big boy.
Yeah.
When he was, the trench were coming with him, and they're all like,
Oh,
he controls
well, yes.
the trench.
Yes, well, I think they meant because he controlled the monster. I didn't see
The
him.
trench were there.
Okay,
He controls the trench.
He
The
controls
trench
the
were
trench.
like attacking everybody. It's
so
cool.
well, I think you talked to him later. Should have talked to him in the first
Yeah,
place.
that's true.
Anyways, they dove down into the trench, keeping ahead of the guys, and they wouldn't come close enough because they had the flares. And they did,
Which was really cool visually.
yes,
Just
it was.
them diving
It was
down. That was,
pretty impressive.
yeah.
And then they got to this vortex, and they went into the vortex, and it like sucked them
Yeah. They
allegedly to the center of the earth.
They went on a journey to the center of the earth. I get it.
Okay.
You get that one, right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
You get that one, right?
And Mera is like rescued by what looks like one of the trench, but it isn't. You know,
It's
'cause it,
a
like,
whole
takes
thing
its
in
head off.
disguise.
it's Arthur's mom.
Yeah.
She survived. She had been executed. She had been thrown in the trench but she survived.
Evidently.
Which apparently isn't that hard because, you know, the trench is where they had to go to get the trident, which is being protected by.
And there was a lot of dead bodies.
There's a lot of dead bodies there, so it isn't difficult, I think, to get to the trench or to survive your.
They were kind of hyped up.
Transit. Yeah. So he goes down to get the trident. His mom says, "I've tried several times. I was never able to get it. But the thing never killed her."
Which doesn't make much sense.
Doesn't make much sense. Well, she probably gave up because she couldn't get to it. So Arthur goes down and he likes trying to get it, and like this greatest. It's not the Kraken. They called it something. I don't know.
Ooh, but it's like 5 times as big as Godzilla. That thing is
it's
massive.
Huge. And it's talking the whole time, saying, "Oh, you're not worthy.
You're a half-breed
You're
mongrel."
half-breed, blah, 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 blah." And then it's like getting ready to kill him, and Arthur says, "Stop." And
I may be a half-breed mongrel, but something blah, blah, blah.
And then the creature said, "You hear me?" Because apparently nobody's ever heard her talk before.
Besides Atlan.
Probably Atlan. So,
Well, that's what she said. He was the first mortal that communicated with him since Atlan.
Yeah, so that's what made him the true king. And at that point, the creature stopped protecting it and said, "Atlan has never released his grip on the trident. If you can take it, it's yours."
Or I'll eat you.
Did she say that? Okay. Yes, because she hadn't eaten in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense because a lot of people don't come down there.
Yeah.
Except for the huge pile of bodies.
Why didn't
Bones.
she just eat Nicole Kidman?
I don't know. She probably eats trench.
Do trench get... No, there's the dinosaurs are down there. Right?
Oh yeah, there were dinosaurs down there.
Yeah, that was kind of glossed over.
Yeah.
We showed like 2 images of them. And
There were dinosaurs.
This movie like moved really quickly. It was like we're here, now we're here, now we're here, now we're here. The pacing was a little odd, but
So he goes, snatches the trident away from Atlan, and Atlan dissolves into nothing, and his armor falls down to the ground. And that's the green and orange armor that he's wearing.
yeah. So I guess
It's
he
Atlan.
just decides to put it on. He's like, you know,
Atlan, Italians,
the Italian armor,
the king's armor.
King Pepe.
So he's got the armor, he's got the the trident. The next thing, Orm has 3 of the kingdoms, and he goes to the 4th, and they're like crab crustacean people, and like they start fighting, and during the middle of the fighting, all of a sudden, the earth, no, it's not the earth, the bottom of the ocean starts erupting.
Well, I mean, it's still the Earth.
Yeah, okay. Starts erupting, and up comes the huge monster that was placed to guard the.
I think they said its name, but I don't remember.
Yeah, they did say its name. Kraken. Is
No.
it Kraken?
From Norse mythology.
From the Greek.
No.
From the Greek.
It was in
of
Clash of the Titans, but the Kraken is not originally from Greek mythology. It's from Norse mythology.
It was in Clash of the Titans.
But it's not.
He
We looked
throws
this up. We looked
He
this up.
throws it with Medusa's head. Anyways, back to.
Clash of Titans. Clash of the Titans is non-canon.
He's standing on the head of the big sea monster, and everybody's attacking the sea monster, and the sea monster's destroying things left and right. And then he's like talking to all the. He's using the trident to amplify his speech to all the animals, and some of the animals start dropping their riders and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then the trench like overwhelmed people.
Yeah, and then
You
it
didn't
was.
see that, I guess.
Then it was. They had to stop the fighting because.
Everyone was dying.
Everyone who was Atlantean, basically the 7 kingdoms of Atlantis, that was dying. So he went and he took Orm up to the surface.
Well, no, he had to take a break and kiss Mara first.
Oh yeah,
For like a
and
solid 30
it was
seconds.
like a long.
She came over there. She's like, "Everyone's dying." They kissed for 30
It's
seconds.
like you have to stop this. And he's okay, and they kiss. And it's like,
come on.
okay,
On the list.
there's a few thousand dead.
Yep.
A little more.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
10,000
Now he
people.
goes.
Yep.
He finds Orm. They end up on the surface, because that's what she said. You know, you fought him in his element. Now he has to fight you in his or yours.
Yeah.
So he took him up to the surface, and they commenced fighting, and it was a good fight.
Yeah, it
It was a
was.
good fight.
And then he broke
Everybody
his
came
staff.
up and watched, and then Arthur started this really secret special maneuver, spinning water.
Oh yeah, that was shown to us at the very beginning.
It was shown to him when he was young.
That I'm not quite sure why Orm couldn't do, and he was supposed to be like the best trident wielder ever. And then this was just a random advisor that showed him.
But he did the thing. He knocked Orm down. You know, did a couple things, and then he like jumped up and with just one whack from his trident, he broke Orm's trident, and it just.
Orm seemed like he'd never seen it before either. He was like,
"Oh, what the heck is this? What the heck is that? I had the same teacher. Why didn't he teach me that?" So he beats him, and he says, "Kill me. You have to kill me." And he says, "No." And he said, "You have to kill me. It's our way." And he said, "No. When are you gonna get it? I'm not from Atlantis." And then Mom shows up on the surface, and I don't think she liked her boys fighting, so they stopped fighting, and he got arrested. Orm got arrested and let off.
He was led to a room with a view.
Yep. And Aquaman said, "When you're ready, let's talk."
And then Orm scowled.
Yeah. And walked away. And then that was pretty much it. He won. Hoorah! You know,
Oh yeah, and then there was
cheering, everybody, because he's like the ocean.
And then we see Jango Fett and Nicole Kidman meet up at the end.
Yeah, because Jango Fett every night since Nicole Kidman left would go to the end of the dock and look for her every morning and every night.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was there. All right.
Ooh woo.
And then during the end credits scene, we found Manta recovered, and
oh yeah,
this
the
guy,
crazy
this
Atlantis theory guy.
yeah, the crazy Atlantis theory guy that was on TV a couple times.
I think he
He's
plays
there.
the gym replacement in The Office. Was he Sulu?
I've
No,
never-
he was
no,
definitely not Sulu.
not
That was
Sulu.
100% not Sulu.
That
But
was
he
just
was
a show.
the gym
I never watched The Office, so I can't tell you.
Yeah.
So there you go. Aquaman won. Manta is alive.
Oh, I know what he's from.
Manta.
He is from a Marvel movie. He's from the Ant-Man movie. Ant-Man and the Wasp too. He was the police dude.
Oh yeah, he was the FBI guy.
Yeah, that's the third Marvel character in
He was
this.
the head of the FBI in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I'd seen him. I was like, where have I seen this guy before? And he was exactly the same in that movie too.
Yeah.
It was like a weird
But he
guy.
had a beard this time.
Yeah, I had a mustache. Anyways, and that was the end. And then we find out in the mid-credit scene that Black Manta is alive, and he wants to kill Aquaman. And that was it. The end.
Yeah.
Overall, it was very good.
It was a
The
good
fight
movie.
scenes were well done.
The acting as a whole was pretty good.
I thought Amber Heard was a little weak. I mean, they had a lot of good actors in it.
Yeah, Jason Momoa was good. I think Nicole Kidman is an Oscar winner, right?
Yeah,
So,
she's like an actress
yeah.
from Australia.
Australia.
So
And then, but the dialogue at times
Dolph
was
Lundgren,
kind of cringy to me.
he's from like Sweden or Norway or something.
Is he?
So, yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that.
And I don't know if there was an American in the movie. I think Jason Momoa is Samoan.
Yeah, he's Samoa.
So he's
Or
from America, Samoa. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Not
Could be-
mainland.
He
though.
could be Canadian. I don't know, because a lot of, like, Stargate Atlantis, that was filmed in Canada, so they use a lot of Canadian actors.
Yeah, maybe he moved to Canada at some point. So. Or maybe it's just his heritage that's Samoan.
So there we go. That's Aquaman in a nutshell. The fighting was good. The effects were good.
Dialogue was
Yeah.
The acting was mostly good, but some of it
Some
was
of
a
it
little
was
shaky. As
There were a lot of plot holes.
There were.
That, you know,
But it was a fun movie. It was
yes,
a fun
It was a fun movie. And it was $5 Tuesday. So I ordered online, so it cost me an extra $1. But I mean, that was even cheaper than whatchamacallit, matinee. So
Yeah.
yeah, and
Nice,
so
nice.
it was good. It cost us, and I used the gift card that we just gotten for Christmas. I spent $23 between the tickets and 2 large cherry ices. So there you go. All right.
So the large Sherry Ices were more expensive than the tickets.
Well, $10, $12, $11. So I think they were $5.50. Yeah, I think they were $5.50. So,
Yeah.
so there you go.
Yeah. So what's our rating out of 10?
I would give it a solid 7.5, 8.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I got two.
It was 2 thumbs up.
So we got 4 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Or that's 4 man thumbs up. Like man hours, it's 2 of us.
Oh yeah.
So we got 4 thumbs, so that's 4 thumb.
And 2 pinkies.
2 pinkies straight up.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Okay,
Rocket.
so that was Aquaman. Go see it. Well, you don't have to now, we told you exactly.
Yeah, we've told you the whole
But
plot,
it's-
so I assume you've seen it. Or you just don't care.
Or you don't care, and now, or you wanted to know what happened, so now you can go see it and say, those guys didn't even pay attention to the movie because none of that happened.
Yeah, probably.
So you can say that. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching. If you like it, give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment if you want to.
Comment your opinions on this
Yeah,
movie,
let us know
maybe.
what you think of Aquaman.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll see you next time.